Right, hello there, everybody with the watch world, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing another video here tonight, and this is one I'm kindly I'm a little proud of in a way for some reason. It ain't one of my favorites, but it's I bought it because it's unique. I like the moon phase dial. It's the Amphibia Reef. Now, I know a lot of people look at some of these Russian watches. You know, I've had a couple, and I've got a couple of their pocket watches. I mean, they're actually excellent timekeepers. Sorry, I'm going to try not to be so shaky. I think I can clean that up in my video thing editor, but we'll see. The reason I got this one, this was the Reef with the moon phase dial. They got a GMT version. They got another version of this in black, I think. But the reason I'm doing this video, I did one on this back when I first got this, and I have a Commandeersky. I did a video on them. It's been a couple of years ago, I think. And, you know, I wear it every now and then, you know, and it's a big watch. It's actually big. You know it's there. You know it's on your wrist. Sort of reminds you of the, what is it, like I don't know, one of the Seiko watches, one of their type divers. What is it? They got a new one, I think, a newer version, the Spectro or something. Anyway, it is. It's a big watch. Wears big. It's, you know, and you know it's on your arm. It don't wear bad. The band is not, you know, I think I did a little bit on the band. My band, I mean, it does feel good, but you know it's there on your arm. Like I said, I think I went over this in my first video about these corners could have been a little bit better, you know, they are a little, you can feel them, you know, you can feel the edges, but you can see how stiff this band is. Let me show you. That's what you're looking at. And there is something with these reefs too, a note that some of them, they only come with certain bands. You cannot get them with another type band. And, I mean, you can probably try to match something and find something to put up in there. I mean, that's a big lug they got up into that case there. And, they are solid, you know, in length. So, to let you know, there's the back of it again. Give you another shot at it and everything. But the reason I'm doing the video is the bezel, the insert. Okay, here's the standard aluminum. Within the first, I think I did the video on that, within the first week, that pip come out. And I thought this, and this one is actually where you can replace the pip. And I reached out, I was asking if they could send me another one. And I never heard nothing back. And I got it through the, what is it, Maron over there, overseas, when I bought this. And, but if you really look at this, I've just always thought, you know, just like a lot of watches, you know, they look better, and some of them deserve, for what they are, deserve a better bezel, you know, just something nicer. I mean, yes, it's good with it, but it's just a plain old painted aluminum insert, and it's thin. Now, the reason why I'm doing this about the bezel, these inserts, and the Russians at Vostok, they have this odd size, okay? I have looked. I reached out. I was like, you know, I wonder, you know, because it's shortly after I lost that pip, you know, I was wondering, you know, I wore it a while, you know, I even regulated and everything else. Keeps excellent time. So, but I wore it, I think I mentioned to, let's go over that real quick. On the dial, you know, I love the moon phase. That's why I got it. I like some of them unique watches. But I wish they would have put a solid hand instead of the skeleton hands. It would have had a illuminated solid hand on here, or just a solid black hand of some sort, and would have been nice. I think that would have been nicer with the watch. But and I'm still looking into that. See, you know, I might you know, replace them hands. I you know, hadn't had no big desire to do it yet. But anyway, the bezel, back to the bezel, you know, they're unique. They have they're odd size. They have an odd size. And I've reached out. Now, I've looked around, and there is no, they do make a ceramic luminous bezel for the amphibias, divers watches, but not for the reefs. All they have is that loom pit. And I could not find anybody, and I mean, I've looked 3 or 4 times, and I've went to different sites and people that just sell them, even here in the U.S. that sell Vostok product. They'll sell you, there's one place here, I think they're down in Florida. They sell Vostok, and they're actually on eBay too. And they can sell you a bezel, a whole bezel with a ceramic, illuminated, luminous ceramic bezel in the bezel. But they do not fit the reef. So to keep that in mind, they do not fit the reef. Now, when I reached out to them about buying that on there, they're out of stock now. They don't even have them no more. They said, I don't know. We did not try them on there, but they do fit just about every other amphibia they make, or amphibia. I forget, there is a different pronunciation for that, but they fit all the other ones, the older models, and this was the reefs. You know, there's only I think 4 versions of the reef. And so they don't have one for these. And everybody, I've seen some, I've been on a couple of forums and other sites too, trying to see if anybody's found any or any modifications they could find for the reef for a illuminated ceramic bezel for these. And they're all aluminum. But if you find most, there's none illuminated, and there's no ceramic bezels for these reefs. So, you know, the time come, and I was like, you know what? I'm looking at some bezels. I had to get a couple of bezels and stuff for a couple other watches to replace, and I said, you know what, I'm going to get this measurement off this thing, and I'm going to try to fit a bezel up on here. I wanted a luminous bezel. I just thought it would make the watch look a lot better, and you can see from the sides how, I'll get you a better look at this. Here, let me hold it out from the light. Let me see if you can see it even better. And it's because of the odd shape and how the bezel, the aluminum insert goes down in there. It's really weird. The thickness is different than most aluminum. The thickness of this one is a little bit different. The size is a little bit different than what you can buy. You know, most bezels you can buy out here. And some people said, you know, reach out to the SK forums for Seikos, but they thought they had a bezel. They have a bezel that will fit, they thought, but it wasn't, I don't think it was the size to accommodate, you know, for the watch. You would know the difference or something. Somebody said, but I went on there and I looked, like I said, I looked around. Nobody could have one. Well, I got a luminous bezel insert, ceramic luminous, and it's supposed to be, I thought I was getting C3, but I'm pretty sure it's not. It's the BGW9, supposedly. We'll see. I'll know later. I just actually finished this today. I had to take this bezel. Now, the inner OD on this, the diameter, is right. It's the shape of the bezel and how they cut these aluminum inserts for these. It was the shape and the outer size. So I sat with a Dremel, took some doing, and I had to reshape the back of this bezel insert. I reshaped it, and it took me quite a few hours to get it just right, because no matter what I done, it would set down in there. I got it to fit, but it would not set down level and have a good surface, you know, good contact. It was just off. You could put it in there and it's like pushing it. It's like it's synced too big, and it's because of the odd shape of the actual bezel itself. So, and then the odd size of the insert. So with that being said, I took my time. I figured, well, I'll get a bezel and I'll see if I can put me a luminous bezel in here, because I thought it would look really good, especially a ceramic bezel, because the aluminum bezel just kind of made it look funky. I'll let you see it again. You can go back and see my video on this. It just, here, I'll hold it up here a little better for you. Yeah, let me get you under a little bit better light. I don't know, you can see, I mean, you know, yes, you know, it's how they, you know, the watch come in. It just looked really, it just looks really more on the cheesy side compared to some other watches, you know. And so I just thought it'd really set this watch off if I put a ceramic, and it did. I mean, like I said, let me hold it out. Let me get it out here. Sorry for being shaky. Y'all don't beat me up. I mean, it just made this watch just pop after I did this. So, like I said, it took time. I haven't seen any other videos of anybody having a reef with a ceramic illuminated bezel in it. I don't even think I've seen one with a ceramic bezel. So, that's why I figured I'd do this video to let you know if you are a watchmaker or whatever. A watchmaker can do this. You know, he probably could. Whether they do or don't, I don't know. Or just didn't want to try to modify a bezel, a ceramic bezel, because you have to be careful. But I literally had to reshape the back of this bezel. I had to thin it down. It was I forget the measurements, but it's a lot thicker than the aluminum insert. So I had to literally sand it down. Even it out, make sure everything was even, where everything would line up, because in between where your crystal is, there's a silver, where the crystal presses down into the case. There's a silver ring that comes up on the inside of this bezel. Everything had to just be, you know, line up just right. And so I did, you know, like I said, it took some time. You know, I'm not going to lie. I spent probably about, every bit of 6-7 hours reshaping that bezel. And so here, let me wipe it off real quick. Bear with me, people, here. Sorry. I don't have all the fancy cameras like a lot of these other watch guys do. I don't do that, you know. Go to them, you want to see fancy stuff. I'm simple. I keep it simple here, and I don't do all that. I have too much to do to worry about setting up cameras and taking shots of every little angle and everything else. So, but there you go. Now you can see it better. And move that light up. So, but yeah, the ceramic luminous bezel, and that's, like I say, it's supposed to be the BGW9. We'll see. I'm going to wear it a night or two. I'm going to, you know, look at it tonight, see how well it looks, and how that blends in, because I thought I ordered the C3, and I did order one with C3, but it was a different size. It was actually a smaller bezel insert, smaller insert. Sorry, I keep saying bezel, but, and that was just my mistake. So I made this one work, and it actually looked really good. Looks really good with it. I've already had it in different shades of light. It looked good. So, not going to complain. I just hadn't seen one, not a reef. I hadn't seen any reef with a ceramic bezel in it yet. So I figured I'd post this one and let you know, yes, you can do it if you're capable of doing it, or if you have somebody that's a watchmaker or whatever, you know, that can set up and, you know, fit you one in. They can do it, you know. if you're willing to pay to have it done, you know, send it to me. I'll be willing to do another one too. But yeah, you just can't find the bezel. That size is odd, and all you got out here is aluminum inserts. You know, so, but there you go. There's a look at the Amphibia Reef with a ceramic luminous insert in it, bezel insert. And like I said, it took a little doing, but, you know, hey, anything's possible. You know, I'm a crafty guy, and I can make things be like they're supposed to. Let you get another side look from it. Hold on, let me zoom in here. I don't get my phone to zoom here. Sorry. Here, let's do it like this. So you can see I had to take it down a whole lot, and you know, it's I think I got it close to right at where it needs to be. I probably could have done a little bit more, but I think that's perfect enough right there. And but yeah, you can make one fit. I probably should have had the package out here to show you the one in the size I got. I want to say it was 40.7. The outer and the inner was 32.7. I want to say that was the size of this bezel insert that I got. If I'm wrong, I'll come back and comment and let you know. I'll put a comment in there in the comment section so you know the exact size of the bezel before I started. But anyway, there you go, the Amphibia Reef with a luminous ceramic bezel insert. Thanks for looking.